Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to GradiusPrototype. And for this part, I'll actually do the special enemy. As you can see here, I actually did it already. So what I'm actually going to show you how to do it. Basically what this spawner enemy does is, as I reach to this collision, around this collision, then this enemy, the spawner enemy will spawn enemies every single time, and they actually shoot up first, and then if their position of the Y position is the same as the player's Y position, then they will move left or right, depending. I will show you an example right now. So do not bother about the speed run. Actually, I did a script so that I can change my time, and yeah, I can change my time so that I don't have to wait for the whole entire process. So now this is the part. As you can see, hold on, give me a minute. So this enemy right here is actually trying, it's just moving up, but when he reaches to the same position as I am or more, you see that he actually moved to the left. So if let's say I moved more to the other side, the other half of the enemy spawner, this is what will happen. Look closely, as the now their condition is still the same, just that right now they are moving towards the right, where I am now moving to the left. So how do you do this? So first of all, create a script. Create a script. I call it test. Don't worry. I call it test again. So basically, this will be the main spawner. This will be a main test script. And before that, you make sure you have to make your own design of how you want the spawn enemy to be like, and also make a prefab on your special enemy or your enemy for it to spawn. Some similar to your bullets or your power drop when you kill an enemy, etc, etc. So first of all, you make this design first. Any design will do, and make sure you have your own empty game object spawner to spawn your enemies. Okay. So first of all, this special enemy right here, I'm just gonna hit here. So this special enemy right here, make sure you have your speed of the special enemy. Don't worry, I will write out with you. So hold on a sec. Test. Okay. So first of all, make a speed of the enemy. Up to you, up to your choice. As long as it fits your game, that should be great. And next, make a target. So this is your target. Follow all. This is the player's target. So game object, player. The reason why I put later I'll tell you the reason why I put private. Don't worry about that. And also you want to make it. These are all changing directions on where you want to face. Like if let's say he's more towards the left, then you shoot left. If he's more toward the right, you shoot right. And this direction part is the part where it will come to later on, like change direction on this later on. So first of all, so first of all, what you want to do is you want to find the player. So player, because the reason why I actually put to private is because when you put public and you drag and drop the player, because you know that you're going to spawn the thing, and when you spawn the thing, the object there will not recognize the object that you're trying to find. So even if you do drag and drop and they want to spawn, it won't work that way. So right now, if you try out more, I guess you will actually find out about it. So find find game object. So this will be player. Okay. Make sure your name is the same as your player. Don't put any spacing, whatever it is. So right now, okay, So what you want this first thing, what you want the enemy to do, you want it to move, because right now we want to move up first, right? So obviously you want to make a transform.translate. So then your vector 3 dot up times your speed times your time to delta time. Okay, so right now it moves up. So how you want it to make sure that you move according to your player. I mean, you move left according to player. So first of all, what you want to do is you make a condition, or actually not right now. So if your player, okay, so no, if this dot game object, so if game object dot transform dot position dot y is more than or equals, because it starts from the bottom to the top, so it's more than or equals to your player dot transform dot position dot y, and then what will happen, your transform dot translate vector 3 times dot left times speed, sorry, times speed times time dot delta time. And this will not work because this always go to up, because never set the condition. So if else if I'm just gonna copy paste if, to put on more timing. So just put less, then this will just move up. Alright, simple as that. Simple as that. So right now, if I just simply drag it to my prefab here, yeah, just drag it real quick. So if I just drag that in, okay. So that's one first thing. Just click on the timing. See, when you move up and when your player is the same position as the player or more, then you move left. Okay, so okay, obviously there's some problems because that's not really the end, that's not that fast. So right now what you want to do is to make a change direction so that you won't keep going up, or they won't keep going left if, let's say, not the condition is wrong. So you got me. So first of all, you want to make a boolean. Up to you what naming it is. I'm just going to name it the same as what I name it just when I practice. And this I'll put it false. Okay, so if this is false, so you put it here and change direction is false. And this happens, but this change direction is true. Actually, just put it like this, but this you put and change direction is equals to true. Actually, it's false. Is it false? Yeah, it's false. So this you put false, but this just leave it there. So this is false, this is true. So now if this is true, so you change direction, it's true, then you move up, left, sorry. Okay, sorry. Okay. So all you need to do is just change the direction, and then you will go to the condition right here that you move left. But that's not all, because right now, okay, this part is easy. But what's hard here is right now is whether when you move past the half of the spawn enemy, your enemy will actually move right instead of move left. So right now, if I play, it will just all move left. That's it. This part is easy, but when you want to make it go right, it's not that easy as it seems. So actually it works, kind of work that way, but that's what we wanted to have. So yeah, now we want to do the part where you want to go to turn right. This actually I figured out, I tried to figure out for a very long time. It took me a while to do it. So right now what you want to do here is to, you know, make the, so that's why I have the care direction here. So what you want to do right now is you want to set it to move left while this X position of the player is less than or equals to the game object's X position, stuff like that. Yeah. So right now what you want to do is true, right? So if player dot, this one you want to put player first, not the object first, the game object first, because you won't get the position, because it's always it's hard to get the position because it's the enemy, it's not the player. So if the player position is more than, actually less than or equals, because it's more towards the left side. So if it's less than the game object dot transform dot position dot x, then this will happen. Then else if player dot transform dot position dot x is more than game object dot transform dot position dot x, then transform dot translate will be right. This won't work because these two conditions is always triggering each other. So let's say I move left, I mean if it's less than, they'll obviously move left, but when I actually move right, the whole entire one that actually move left will actually will move right. I'll show you an example. So now you get it. So if you move left, okay, it's fine, but then when you actually move more than this enemy's position, it will follow you because you're already more than this position, so it always constantly follow you. So that's not what we want. So what I actually did for my part here is to make 2 more booleans, or actually 3 booleans, in order for everything to work properly. So private, okay, so this boolean, one of these boolean, what we want to do is to set it false. Okay, so actually, yes, set it to true, so that the next one won't work. So what here is going to add? So I'll add if care direction is false. Care direction is false, and if care direction is false, this will become true. I'll make it bigger so that you guys can see it. So here, when it here becomes true, then none of it will work anymore, right? So what you want to add 2 more is to set the position of your, you want to set where you want to move, right? So first you want to set left equals to false, and you want to set right. to false. Okay, so here obviously you want to change this part over here, but don't worry. So if there is false, then what will happen? This is for left, right? So this one you want to set left is true. Same thing goes for the bottom one. Set bot right is true. Okay, so right here we're all done. We're all set here. So what you want to do is you actually want to make two function instead of adding more booleans to all this stuff craps. So what I actually did for that is if set left is true. By the way, this is another shortcut key. You can don't put equals true, stuff like that. You just put if set left, it counts as true. It's the same as if it's true. So right now, if you set left, what will happen? I will actually want to make it a function move left. Don't worry. So what I want to add is two new functions, move left and move right. So void move left. What this function do is this. What might the other function do is these. Oh, okay, now and delete this away. Delete movement away. Okay. So after you're done with that, you actually oh wait, if set left is true, move left. And don't forget, I don't even think you need this anymore, but I'm just gonna put it in case. I don't think you need this. Don't worry. And else if set right actually I don't even think you need the set left and right anymore. Let me try it out actually. Wait, this I need, sorry. Okay, let's check it out. I don't even think it needed. Yeah, you don't need. Now you actually notice everything works already. So yeah, I don't even need this. I don't even need the. Oh, I didn't put it. So yeah, this is exactly what I did for the code and what I actually tried to solve just now. But don't worry, this is all with comments. You can actually slow down and see what I actually wrote. So sorry it's a bit rushed because I want to quicken the tutorial timing, stuff like that. But don't worry about it. I'll make it quick and stuff and make sure you guys understand. But don't worry, if you guys have any comments or any questions, just comment, I guess. So this is the part where I'm just gonna brief you one more time. So this tool is the part where you want to check if your position of your player's Y position is the same or more than the game object's position Y. And if it's more than or equals, because it's from the enemy starts from the bottom to top, so if it's more than or equals to the player's Y position, then it will change direction depending on left or right, depending on where the player is. So this part is the one where you always move up if he haven't find the player's position Y yet, or this condition haven't been met. Okay. So once this change direction is true, you go up to all this area here. So this one will check if your player's position is left. If it's left, then you will move left. Simple as that. And if it's more than, it will move right, and you move right. So all this boolean here will affect this boolean here. The reason why you don't put the function here is because if you just put it one time, and take note, by the way, this character actually is false, and when this connection is met, this will be true. That means this whole thing will be true, and you will not work at all, because these two contradicts each other. So that's why you put a boolean, to make sure that it's always true for a while, and then you have this function here, and then it will work. Simple as that. So now everything here works. So right now what you want to do is you want to spawn enemy right here, right now. So what I did here is I make a boolean here first, because I have a very big collision box to detect where the player is. So what this one does is when your player touches this within this boolean, this spawner enemy will spawn enemies. Okay. So first you make a boolean trigger and you put it public first. Okay. So basically I got 3 scripts. This enemy trigger, I put it under the left side here. Okay, as you can see, I added the script enemy trigger. So I make a public game object spawner, basically for your spawner to spawn, stuff like that. So if your spawner, okay, so because you remember your spawn, okay, I put the, sorry, everything is messy here. So first of all, this script, I put it in the spawner, so that when this one is set true, then you get to start to spawn enemies. Okay, you start to spawn enemies, and this script is within the enemy code. So if the enemy just spawns out, this script will just automatically works, or it starts, whatever you want to call it. So if this game object is equals to player, then you get component of the this script here and trigger to be true. And then if the player leaves the exit, leave the trigger exit, or if it's not touching anymore, then this will be false. Okay, so here same thing. Make a rigid body special enemy that you are going to spawn, and then I make a timer so that it will not massively spawn every single time I touches that collision box. If not, it will actually lag the whole entire game. And make a boolean that always switches the timing of whatever it is called. So if this trigger is true and you can spawn is true, then spawn enemy, but spawn one only, because you have your can spawn equals to false, so that this will not work. And when your can spawn is false, then you have your timer, and every 1.5 seconds can spawn is true, then you spawn another one. So this will just keep continue as long as you touch the trigger, as long as this is true, as long as you touch trigger basically. So when you spawn the enemy here, then this one will work. Okay, this one. So yeah, sorry, everything is very messy right here. I'm trying I didn't really prepare for this single part here, but yeah, this part is done here. So I'll see you guys on the next part. We'll actually do the probably the live system, or touch up on some of the things right here. I'll see you guys on the next part then.